Back and welcome to meteorological summer, which starts on June 1st, coincidental with the beginning of hurricane season as well. And we're talking about a little summer weather in the near term, but we're also talking about tropical weather and the third named system of the year on the way as we head into the next day or two. More on that in just a bit. First off, we take a look at the big picture. Let's look at the water vapor imagery and look at the features that are impacting our part of the world. Obviously, this large gyre down here. This is an upper level low down here that covers a good part of Central America. That's going to be sticking around for days. Meanwhile, we have this little upper level low here across Texas. This is actually going to be moving eastward and should help to enhance our rain chances after tomorrow going into Wednesday. And then that will be positioning a little bit farther to the east with time, which may start to draw this system up to the north. And then it's all bets off on what's going to happen after that, and we'll try to tackle that in just a bit. You can see across the area plenty of clouds. We had a few showers and now some fair skies across the region. I think more of the same tomorrow. That's been the trend over the last couple of days. The clouds have been dominating, mainly high clouds associated with a little bit of an upper level outflow with an anticyclone that's down here in the Gulf of Mexico, which also makes it favorable for a tropical development at the lower layers. And what we've been watching over the past couple of days, in case you missed it, there was a tropical storm named Amanda in the eastern Pacific. It moved into Central America this weekend, and then those storms now working their way northward and drifting back into the Bay of Campeche. So we get a new name eventually, but upgraded to tropical depression number 3 this afternoon, and will likely become Tropical Storm Cristobal down the line. So what's the forecast track? Well, this thing's going to be meandering around here for several days. We'll be interacting with land, so these forecast wind speeds probably not going to be that high, but the bottom line, this is going to be close to water, so we got to treat it like that. May eventually move inland and dissipate, but another area of low pressure is expected to emerge into the Gulf of Mexico. If this stays over water and then moves to the north, 60-mile-an-hour tropical storm here, and then maybe something stronger as it moves to the north. But if this one moves inland and dissipates, and then we have a new one that could become Dolly, believe it or not, we might go through 2 names in the Gulf in 10 days. We'll have to watch that closely. Here's the spaghetti plots. You can see the general trend to the north, and then maybe a little bit to the west at the end of the period. And the European model reflecting that as well. A system kind of meandering down here in the Bay of Campeche. This is the moisture and pressure fields, and then it looks like something finally gets off the coast, then moves northward. Here we go into Sunday, and then perhaps a turn. But the bottom line, we're in the threat for heavy rainfall, tidal surge, or tides being risen here, and we'll have to watch this. So just about what we covered here, and tropical rain, elevated coastal tide threat for Louisiana. We're thinking Sunday through Tuesday. Now here's the latest GFS model, and the models have been fairly consistent, and the GFS does the same. Develops another area of low pressure that moves to the west with time and could impact Louisiana down the road. Near term, a relatively quiet pattern, few isolated showers for tomorrow. 71 the low tonight. Tomorrow we'll get it up to about 88 for a high, and then a rain chance picks up on Wednesday, not associated with the tropics. And then as we get into the weekend, we'll certainly be watching the Gulf and watching what storms may come our way down the line. Jim?